Hi there, I'm Susan. You're watching my channel, Canines First. In our last video, I touched on the choke chain, or as I prefer to call it, the correction collar, and I showed you my technique in using it. And today I want to touch on the prong collar. This is a prong collar. I showed it to you in my corrective tool video, but here it is. I wanted to isolate it today. When you put the prong collar on your dog, you want all the teeth going in, and you want to make sure that your chain isn't twisted. Okay, those are the two things that I look for before I move forward with my work. And you see these two rings here? One of them is flat, this one, and oblong, and this one is a perfect circle. The one that's flat and oblong is the one you're going to attach your leash to. That's what we call a live ring. The technique you use to administer a correction with the prong collar is nearly identical to the one that you use with the correction collar or choke chain. You start out with it loose, you pull and release. So in real time and with a marker added, it would look like this. No, just like you do with the choke chain. You may adjust it and put the chain where you would like it to be, depending on what you're doing. I might have it up here for a stay. I might have it down here if I'm working on it down. I'll have it about diagonal if I'm working on a heel, and same if I was walking the dog on the right side of my body. Of course, let me point out, this would be way too loose if this was the dog's neck. As mentioned before in an earlier video, you want it to be a custom fit. Not so tight that you can't make an adjustment, but you do want those prongs touching at all points around the neck. So here in just a minute or two, I'm going to show you how I work with Lulu on a foundational stay exercise, and I'm going to put this on her because she's an adolescent now. She's graduated to this. Whether or not she's going to need it, I guess we'll see. No further ado, let me go get her, and I'll meet you right back here, and I'll show you how to do my foundational stay exercise. Okay, you should have put whatever corrective tool you're using on your dog and a leash attached to that corrective tool if it's not a remote training collar. And you've got a treat bag full of treats and one dog, you're ready to go. We're going to show you our foundational stay exercise. If your dog cannot do this, they are not ready to move forward with anything fancy. You're going to get them in the position you want them in. I usually pick the sit for a beginner as opposed to down. And I'm going to tell her to stay with a verbal command and with a hand command. And then I'm going to count to myself 3 seconds. And then I'm going to mark it with a good and reward her. Come on. Can I have a sit? Good. Stay. Good. And you're going to do that 3 times. Stay. Good. Stay. Good. And then let them go to stretch their limbs, and you'll put them back in position. Okay. Then you get to apply the okay, your release word, in another situation as well. Now we're going to do 5 seconds. Stay. Good. I don't need her to stare at me in the eyes. I just need her to keep her rear end where I put it. Stay. Good. As a newbie, if she were to get up in between repetitions, I would let that slide. But as she gets better at it, I expect her to hold it through the entire set. Lulu, stay. Good. You do not need to say her name or his name before each repetition. I just thought I was losing her, and so I said her name to bring her back to me. It was very good. Okay. If you have their attention, no need to say their name. You just ask them to stay again. 7 seconds. Oh, baby girl's tired. Come on. Good girl. Stay. Okay. She's been going all morning with my pups. You found it? Okay. Give me one more set. Pretty please. It's our last time. We're going to go for 10 seconds. Stay. Good. You do not need to do these all in the same day. You could do the 3-second set one day. You could do the 5-second set the next day, and so on. Stay. Good. We're just learning to build some patience. Stay, as well as learning what stay means. Very good. After you can teach your dog that foundational stay exercise, we'll be ready to introduce long duration, distance, and distractions. Okay. Very good. Lulu and I want to remind you to make your dog as happy as you possibly can every day. Thank you for watching. We'll see you at the next video. She's a good girl.